What's going on, people of YouTube in YouTube land? It's your boy M. Lee, the hobby collector, and I haven't put up a cooking video in a very long time, and I also took some of my old cooking videos off this channel, but I'm back at it again with my cooking videos, and I decided to start it off with my homemade guacamole. So what you're going to be starting with is, of course, some avocado, tomato, onions, Creole seasoning, Cajun seasoning, sriracha hot sauce, and soy sauce and milk. Now when it comes to cutting the avocado, what I like to do is take a knife, nice size knife, go to the middle, go down, and just roll the avocado like that. Open it up just like that, take a thumb, pull it on out, and there you go. Alright, so when it comes to scooping out the avocado, what I like to do is take a small spoon, slide it in, then circle it around like that, and then lift up. So once I have it all inside the bowl just like that, what I like to do next is take a spoon and then just, before I do anything else to it, just mash it up a little bit. You may have some some hard pieces inside there too, so don't worry about that though. Next I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of milk. A little bit more, depending on how creamy you want it. And then add about a teaspoon of soy sauce, about a tablespoon I add of sriracha, but it depends on how spicy you want your guacamole, this in particular recipe. Then I mix that up for now with a whisk. Alright, so after you got all that mixed up, you can actually take a hand blender and go through that and make it smooth too, which I do own, but I like to do it by hand. Just the labor of it feels good. But anyways, next up you chop up 1 tomato, or you can do 2. I don't like that many tomatoes inside my avocado. So there's a lot of controversy that surrounds cutting up tomatoes. Do you use a rigid knife, a sharp smooth knife, or what? I use a rigid knife, as you can see. Cut the top off and I just cut them into strips after that, because the rigidness, the teeth catch on to the tomato more better than even if it is a real sharp knife. I still don't like using sharp knives on tomatoes. I like just using a rigid knife. Then after that I cut them across like that, across like this, one at a time to get them into cubes. Okay, so next you're going to take a half of onion, or a little bit less depending on your personal preferences when it comes to your liking in onions. And what I like to do when I cut my onion is cut it in half first, and then cut it at the butt, or first peel that off first, then cut it at the butt, flip it over like that, and then run it up under cold water. Now a lot of people say that doesn't work, but my eyes haven't burned from onions in over 15 years of cooking. Well, I wouldn't say that long, about 10 years of cooking, ever since I learned that from a cooking teacher in my middle school. So, go figure. So anyways, I do it like that. Cut it down the center just like that. Turn them over. I cut them across like that. I cut them a few times like that. Alright, so now it's time to add everything else to the guacamole. First I'll start with my tomatoes and onions first. Where's my knife? My knife out. This needs to be chopped a little bit more. Okay, and then just take a spoon and just mix that up. And then you take your seasoning. Now, like I said, depending on your personal preference, you can add more, less, whatever. And sometimes I use black pepper too, but I don't have any at the moment. So, a little bit of seasoning like that. A little bit of Cajun seasoning. You can add some spices and stuff if you want to. You can add paprika, you can add basil, Italian seasoning, whatever. So there it is, people, the finished product. I know it looked nasty to some, but look delicious to others. I know a lot of people that don't like guacamole, but I've seen so many people say they don't like guacamole until they ate mine. It was like just so delicious to them. So yeah. Also, what I like to do is like transfer my stuff to like a smaller bowl. And to make it more thinner, you can add more milk. So try my recipe out, add your own little flavor to it, your own little twist or whatever. And whatever you do, don't forget one thing, enjoy. Thanks for watching. It's been your boy MD, the Hobby Collector, and I'm out.